Right now, the movie Dhurandhar is packing theaters across the country. Audiences are hooked by its unseen, omnipotent villain, known only as Bade Sahab, a shadowy figure who controls politics, the drug trade, and massive terror funding from behind a curtain. Given the movie's timeline and themes, it's easy to suspect that Bade Sahab is based on Osama bin Laden, or perhaps Masood Azhar, the mastermind behind the IC-814 hijacking and the 2001 Parliament attacks. But the film's specific focus on the Lyari gang, the massive fake currency racket, and direct ties to 1993 points toward a different history. These details belong to the son of a Mumbai police head constable. The real-world blueprint for Bade Sahab is Dawood Ibrahim. To understand how a local cop's son managed to build a global terror empire valued at 6,000 crore rupees, we have to look at his history. It is a story that exposes deep, fatal cracks in India's legal and justice systems. We start in 1970s Mumbai. A young Dawood is just beginning his criminal career, working as a low-level smuggler moving goods for Karim Lala's powerful Pathan gang. The turning point comes during a ransom drop. Dawood is handed 2 lakh rupees to negotiate the release of a kidnapped customs officer. Instead of handing the full amount over to the gang, he decides to steal a large portion of the cash for himself. Karim Lala's nephews, Alamzeb and Amirzada, quickly find out about the missing money. Dawood is dragged in, beaten severely, and thrown out of the gang. Left with nothing, he decides to form his own rival syndicate. By 1981, the tension between the two groups boils over. The Pathan gang orchestrates a brutal retaliation, assassinating Dawood's elder brother, Shabir, at a petrol pump. That single killing mutates a street rivalry into an all-out blood feud. Dawood's revenge is exceptionally bold. He hires a young, unassuming hitman to walk right into a crowded sessions court. In broad daylight, the hitman assassinates Amirzada right in front of the presiding judge. That brazen courtroom murder sent a clear message to the streets. The old underworld guard was officially obsolete, and Dawood had established himself as a terrifyingly untouchable force in Mumbai. But he wasn't completely invisible to the law. He had a 4-year criminal conviction and multiple pending cases, yet he was continuously allowed to roam the streets on bail. In 1984, a public prosecutor explicitly warned a judge not to grant Dawood anticipatory bail, pointing out that he had already committed 5 new violent crimes while out on his previous release. The courts granted it anyway, leaning heavily on a policy of bail not jail. That leniency gave Dawood the window he needed. In 1985, just before the Supreme Court could finally issue a strict arrest warrant, Dawood used his vast wealth to flee India and set up a brand new base in Dubai. This network map shows how he shifted his operational model. From his central safe haven in Dubai, he remotely managed over 5,000 gangsters spread across Indian cities. He managed his empire entirely through proxies. He ordered hits to eliminate former allies like Raman Nayak and battled heavily armed rivals like Arun Gali, all from afar. Fleeing the country didn't stop Dawood. Safe in Dubai, he institutionalized D Company. He moved beyond the limitations of a street gang to run a highly efficient multinational crime syndicate. A major cultural and political turning point hit the country in 1992. The demolition of the Babri Masjid ignited massive communal riots across India. Pakistan's intelligence agency, the ISI, capitalized on this internal chaos. They reached out to Dawood, offering him absolute protection and unchecked freedom for his global operations. The trade-off for this protection was chilling. The ISI demanded access to Dawood's vast coastal smuggling network so they could infiltrate military-grade weapons and RDX explosives directly into India. The devastating climax of this pact arrived on March 12, 1993. 12 serial bomb blasts tore through Mumbai, killing over 250 innocent people and shattering the city. This single coordinated act permanently fractured the Mumbai underworld along religious lines. Dawood was no longer a smuggler. He was officially India's most wanted terrorist. Today, Dawood lives under heavy military protection in Karachi, acting as the CEO of a massive illicit empire. His network continues to funnel money into political destabilization, international drug trades, and global terror, mirroring the exact fictional operations of Bade Sahib on the silver screen. But the genesis of this threat didn't begin with a highly trained ideologue or a master terror plot. It began on a Mumbai street, with a petty dispute over a stolen 2 lakh rupee ransom. The story of Bade Sahib serves as a warning. Bureaucratic leniency, systemic corruption, and a single granted bail can turn a petty criminal into a nation's greatest enemy.